All right, hey everybody out there, J3 back with Ryo. Okay, doing episode number 2 on our
So
chat.
people,
Hopefully, as people are joining in, leave your comments in the chat, and we'll be monitoring and interacting as we go. So, Ryo, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, brother. Beautiful Sunday. Um, just kind of chilling. I pulled a few figures out, trying to get something going for Halloween. But yeah, wife's out of town. My dog is actually quiet today, and it's crazy. I'm good. How you doing, bro?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just got back from a trip to Kansas City actually, and was trying to check out some of the local spots there. I did run across some stuff, but I was proud of myself. I didn't pull the trigger on anything. So, but it's crazy. Like when I travel, like and I hit the little shops or little toy shops, little comic shops. Sometimes like I'll find good stuff, and then my immediate thing is like, all right, but can I do better on eBay? And like, so I saw a DC Universe Classics Hawkman, and they had it for 55, and I was like, okay, I was about to pull the trigger on it, and then so I look on eBay, and I'm like, all right, well let me see. And so I know a lot of those places get their pricing from eBay, and
Mm.
so I see a Hawkman on there, and I think it was for about 55. And so but it had an offer option, so I was like, okay, I'll make it an offer. I made it an offer for, I don't know, like 35, and they came back and were like 40, and I was like, bet. It's like, it's yeah. I mean, got. I mean, in this like economy is now, you just got to like bargain hunt and try to get stuff a little bit lower than what people are offering, and like all you can do is ask. All you do is say no.
Right, that's how I was, man. But I'm kind of with that. I'm more so impatient. Like I was, I go hit up our boy Juan at Just Heroes, and waiting on stuff to come in. He actually just got in the Mafex Nightwing and Steel,
I saw that.
and it's crazy because I was like, I think I just bought both of them a month ago from like Amazon. So I was like, now he's actually got the for the Lightning collection now. He's starting to get the remastered Rangers in.
Is he?
So I seen a couple guys put I guess remastered green and red are like the most sought after ones. I've seen people selling them. Oh, I got both of them for 105, or remastered green will be 60 and red will be 80. And I'm like, Juan, he's got red. Red just came in, so he's got remastered red for like I think 40.
Okay.
So I would definitely be going to pick that one up, and then I just need green and pink, and then I will have the remastered team, Mighty Morphin team finished. So that is my goal to get them because I gave my original ones to my nephew. So I was like, oh, okay. When they announced the remasters, I was like, okay, better articulation. They got pinless bodies. The helmets are corrected because I think the first wave, a lot of those helmets were jacked up, especially the Red Rangers helmet was jacked up. So I was like, yeah, I'll just give these to my nephew. Won't even worry about selling them because I gotta go through this whole thing, and he's starting to get into Power Rangers. So yeah, definitely not going the eBay route. So I figured they're like he's slowly but surely starting to get them in. He started with blue and yellow, and now he's got red. So I think it's going to be a minute. I know I talked to him last time. He said he was going to get black first, but he didn't mention red, and I already got black. So I got black, red. I got black, blue, and yellow. I need red, green, and pink, and I'll be set. Yep.
I'm like you. I went ahead and gave my original set to my son. I had two. I gave
Mm.
one to my son, sold the other ones, and then I saw the remaster ones coming out, and I was like, do I want to do that? So I was in a GameStop, and I ran across the blue one, so I picked that up. So I've only got the blue one.
Yeah.
But I was I wasn't gonna do the Mezco ones, and then I ended up picking up that Green Ranger, and so then I was like, well, for I mean, I might as well get the whole set. So I pre-ordered that. I'm at the point where I really need to, like, I don't know. I just feel like I've got to downsize somewhere, and I don't know if that's going to one definitive version of a character, getting out of certain lines, but I gotta go down some.
Yeah, I'm telling you, brother, it's just it's crazy because I thought about man, I've got so many people in my ear telling me to get that Mezco Green Ranger. Like I've just been so on the fence about it. But I just know, like my wife, when I start talking about it, she gives me this look. And it's like a lot of guys now they're selling it for like 200, or that you know eBay they'll separate it. Like I've seen the Sword of Darkness for like the Mezco Sword of Darkness like 25, or you can get the Sword of Power for 20. They like break up the figure and try to sell the individual parts on eBay, and it's like that's just too much, bro. But you know they announced the Mezco White Ranger. I think I mean that's definitely because you know we about 2 months. We got 2 months left in the year. That's definitely gonna be something next year. So I'm still like on the fence about the Mezco. I'm definitely getting the Mezco Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those are yeah, those look fire, man. They send in my cart. I mean not in my cart, but they're sending my pile of loot on a big bag. And yeah, man, they just look so great. I don't know if anybody out there, if you've seen the Mezco Teenage Turtles, they look freaking amazing. Oh my god.
I'm not a Turtles guy,
But
so I'm gonna pass on that one.
oh yeah, man, I grew up there. Turtles, man, they are just now the Rangers. Cause I think what I'm afraid of pulling the trigger on for the Rangers mostly, and it's kind of like a ipso facto kind of thing. Like, because it's the cloth. Like, it basically looks like okay, there's an actual guy in this suit. It's the cloth, and I've got some cloth figures. Like, I got my 1,000 toy Dante, standing right here, and it's like the cloth is dope. It's just like, am I going? Do I want to get it? The wear and tear. Because honestly, I really don't care about wear and tear. But the thing that gets me is the scale, man. I got which is why I don't collect the DC multiverse line anymore. Is this the scale? Like I know the Mezco line is definitely out of scale with the Lightning collection, and I've got just about every Lightning collection figure that has dropped. So it's like I'm kind of, with shots, you can kind of finesse it with pictures. You can finesse the angles and get it to where you want. But it's like, and plus the price. We just moved into our new house, so some stuff kind of got put on the back burn as far as like my figures. But so
Truth for sure. So let's talk. I feel like everybody's talking it, but we're at that point where um, it's do or die on the HasLab, the Giant Man. So what do you think? Is it gonna go? Because right now it's actually hit kind of a surge these last few moments, so to speak, and up over 7,000 now. And I don't know. I mean, I'll full admit, I before we got jumped on this live, I went ahead and backed it, so I am now a
mm,
backer of that one. Um, and I don't know. I'm hoping it makes it there.
yeah, I just can't, man. Not just I mean, just for like all the reasons I spoke about first episode. Like I just, I'm not a big giant man guy, and then my stuff in my house, man, is definitely got to come first. Like my wife wants to get a LG fridge. So yeah, a lot a lot of stuff is taking a back burn on it. I do feel like a lot of people in the community they really come together though and really just I'm not gonna say jumped on the bandwagon because there's a lot of people that really want like I actually backed the hazmat I'm sorry hazmat Lord the HasLab Galactus, but I just didn't get one just for the simple fact like I have no room for that thing like and Giant Man. Definitely. I mean, I know it's not gonna be bigger than Galactus. Like, there's just no way. But it's like we were saying, and you mentioned, brother, in the first episode. Like, if they would have taken that extra time, give us a 12-inch, 18, 24. Just see him grow. Figures of that because I mean they've done it. They with Galactus, they threw in the heralds. Which was dope. We didn't have to do that. We got all the different expressions. Um, And I think there's this company, they didn't do effects like Galactus like blast effects or anything like that, but there's this company Can of Beams that did effect pieces for them, and they're really dope. They're really dope. You know, they're cheap. They're like 20, 24 bucks, something like that. But the Giant Man, because I think what today is the last day or tomorrow.
It's got a day,
Six
one
tomorrow.
day, 5 hours,
One day.
54 seconds, something like that, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So it's getting, yeah, it's getting to be crunch time. So uh but yeah, just I just can't, man. Just mainly because my wife want to get this fridge, and yeah, it's like 1,700 bucks. So yeah, and it's not that we got any problems here. She just wants a new fridge. She just
No, for
it's
sure. I mean,
just spoiled.
that's always the battle between the hobby and the, and real life, and every time that
Yes.
those
Oh my god.
man, every time that those things hit, you gotta make choices. So yeah, I don't know if this doesn't go, if the HasLab, if the Giant Man doesn't go, what's next? What do they do? Because they're, what are we, what, two? That would make it 2-2, 2 wins, 2 L's. At that point,
Yeah. Hmm.
what's next? What do they go to? How can they make the next one successful?
Because it's like, what other? I can't think of any characters they could really tackle as far as like for getting us of that scale. Um. Ooh. I had a thought, but I don't know. I just lost my train of thought as far as like what they could do. But uh, yeah, 2 wins. Obviously, the Robbie Reyes, the Ghost Rider, was just not, especially when people was comparing it to. I think they were comparing it to that Bratz car, and they were talking about how it's basically they trying to rip us for this same exact car, but the Bratz car does more. And then obviously with the Giant Man, is just, I don't know, man. It's just, where do they, like, what do they, just take a break? Do they go back to basics? Do they just take everything and start from scratch? Like, does an executive get tossed out the window? Like, what do we do?
I mean, I'll tell you what I would like to see, and I don't know. I don't know what this would cost. I don't know how they do this. Um, but I would say maybe you go to play sets. Whether that's an X-Men Danger Room, an Avengers Tower,
Mm.
command center, and just having, the full 1/12 scale arena that, you could pose your figures in, for photography, for stop motion, whatever, what have you. I mean, these things would be like desk table sized deals to scale. So
Mm.
God knows what they would want to charge for it, but that's something that, I heard somebody say, and I not trying to steal the credit from somebody. I can't remember who I heard say it, that they felt like the Giant Man should have just been like a Pulse exclusive, not necessarily a HasLab. And I
Mm.
and, and
I
I
lab,
agree
yeah.
with that. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's like that just should have been a Pulse exclusive, and those who wanted to get it could have got it. And it's like, is that really something that had to be put out in this way? But something like I said, and if you had to pay more for that, I mean, not that everybody wants to pay $400, for that kind of deal, but that's a very special niche type of deal for collectors.
Mm.
And so, if you could have a lower threshold to get that to go, I don't know. Maybe that's where they go next, because the vehicle thing. I don't know if $350 is, or whatever Ghost Rider was. Is that what you're gonna do? People weren't weren't moving on that number. So, um, but like, I don't know, 350 for that type of playset, that 1/12 scale. I don't know. It's different.
And you know what, brother? I think that works, because there's a lot as far as the span of the Marvel universe that they could do. Like you were saying, an Avengers Tower. I think if they were asking, what, maybe dang, I don't know, like three. If they were gonna charge 350 for a car and an action figure, like I think if they were asking 250 to 300 for like a 112 scale Avengers Tower or Xavier Institute. I really think they could get that. They can get on that like that. I think they get backers like that. But when you're charging, 350 for a car, it's like, it lights up. It's like, I'm like, for that point, I could just get the Mezco Ghost Rider for 200 and just call it a day. Like that's no, that's. Mm-mm. But I think you are on one with that one, brother. Like an Avengers. Oh man, like a legit, honest to goodness Avengers Tower. Get the Danger Room, the X Mansion. Dang, what else? What else would be a good one? Probably anybody that's a big fan of Shield, like a helicarrier or a tri carrier or something like that. It's just so much. Yeah, a play set would be dope, bro. I think that would work. I don't think they would have as much problem getting money for it as they're asking for, versus this giant man or this Ghost Rider. I think a play set, yeah, that
Well, I
I
think
like
I
that
think
thought,
I
bro.
think I
I
think the
think that'd be
other
fire.
thing with like vehicles and figures, even though these are giant size figures they're working with, I think people really can wrap their head around that. I'm not willing to pay more than X or Y. Like if you
Mm,
if you do a 112 scale, arena or playset, like that's kind of like whatever the number they come out with. It's like, well, I don't know what nobody else does it. I don't know what I should pay for that. I don't, it's you stick a
right.
number on it and I just start reasoning, huh? Well, I guess that makes sense. And then you give me tiers that are exclusive figures that of both iconic versions of characters and maybe some characters or versions of characters that people have been wanting. You know, I do think. I do feel, maybe this is me personally. I do feel that any HasLab, I feel like the tiers. I want figures for the tiers personally. Like I don't want different face plates or different accessories. Like I want figures for my accessories. Like I've said it before. I'll say it again. The Giant Man should have just been. My tiers should have been a 6 inch and a 12 inch version of the character, the version of Giant
Mm,
Man you're giving me. That's what it should have been. Now, you saw they dropped started soliciting the Wasp, so I guess, a lot of people are saying, that's their attempt to save, um, you know, the the
Try to
uh
say,
the
yeah.
HasLab. So it's like, okay, maybe it is. I mean, um, is that gonna work? I don't know if that's gonna be enough, but why did we wait till the last minute if that's gonna be it? And it's like, in whatever wave you do her, are you gonna give me a version of Giant Man that goes with the HasLab? I mean, I don't know. Just so many questions, and so I don't know. It could have been done a little differently.
Yeah, definitely. But what you gonna do? We don't get paid the big bucks to make them type of decisions. So
No, for sure, definitely for sure. All right, so let's see. So Mezco, did you see that they're doing their King Conan that they got coming?
yes, I did see Conan. Conan the Barbarian, man, is like one of those things for me. It's in the realm of I don't know if anybody out there watching. I don't know if y'all remember growing up watching Xena, Warrior Princess, and Hercules. Yeah, so Conan for me was one of them things like I would just watch with my dad. So to see the Mezco, and I know they've come out with like I think Mezco came out with like two different versions of Conan before this one,
Yeah, this
two
is
or
the
two or
third.
three. So it's like, yeah, to see it, man, it's like you keep rehash, and obviously they're doing it because they have that, that buck. So it's like, we're
We're
gonna
gonna
get
get
different
different
versions
versions
of this
of this
character.
character.
So
So
I think it's fire. I mean, just because from a nostalgia standpoint, and as
as
far as
far
it
as it
being a
being a
really good
really good
figure,
figure,
I don't
I
have
don't
any of
have
the other
any of the other
Mezcos to kind of
Mezcos
like
to kind
compare
of
it
like
to.
compare it
But
to.
from what I've been
But
seeing
from
from
what I've been seeing
reviewers and
from
other toy
reviewers and
photographers,
other
like
toy
it's
photographers,
a great figure, and
it's
that
a
one's
great
gonna
figure,
be
and that one's gonna
it's
be
gonna be up there on the
it's
realm
gonna be up
of the
there
other
on
ones.
the
So
realm
I'm
of
excited
the
for
other
it.
ones. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I got the first two. Sorry, the second one. I did not get the first one. Um,
Okay.
it's not a character I'm like super familiar with. I've kind of got some
Mm.
things in my head that I might down the road want to do, kind of like leave give extraordinary gentleman esque type deal with him and the what did they what the Nemo they've got and the Solomon Kane. Just kind of keeping those in my back pocket for something I might want to do down the line. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I'm super excited for it, but it looks like a good figure, and it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for most of what Mezco does.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be a dope figure. Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
I'm actually excited for that Robin. Everybody is getting their Mezco Robins. Man, I've been waiting for like a decent, I'm not even going to say a great I've been waiting for a decent Robin figure because y'all know Todd McFarlane, man. His stuff, his scale. I mean, obviously some of them are great figures, and I kind of want to caveat back to McFarlane, but that Mezco Robin, man, I've seen action figure collectors. I've seen them review it. Everything looks great, man. His size, he scales well with the Mezco Batman. The accessories that he comes with for a Damian Wayne esque Robin are dope. I think that figure is gonna be. I'd have to get it to put it in my top 10 figures of 2023, and I want to do a top 10 too, brother, in 2023. I want to do a top 10. So
Yes.
I kind of want to get my hands on it before I say, it's I definitely put it on my top 10. I don't know, but because I've been collecting some stuff, and it probably might not have come out this year, but I've got my hands on some figures like right now I've got my Nada figures out. Anybody ever heard of the Nada company? The 3-pack with Sun Wukong, Yan and Nura. This is Wukong, and I gotta say, man, this 3-pack is amazing, brother. Like it's one of them things. I don't know if it came out this year though. So I gotta dang, my wife is calling. I'm on YouTube. I'm talking about action figures with James. She's I'm sorry, y'all. My wife is out of town. She come back tonight, and she just like we live. Okay, baby. Love you too. I'm sorry, y'all. She out of town, just checking on me, seeing how I'm doing. So
That's what happens
apologies.
when we go live. It's all good.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they came out in 2023, but it's a 3-pack. Man, they come with so many different accessories. They've got cloth goods. The articulation is great, but going back to that Robin, I really think, man, that's probably going to be one of the good, probably one of the better figures of the year. I just have to get my hands on it. Now, for a top 10, though, man, I don't know if you want to do it just in one big group, or do you want to best lightning collection figures of 2023, the best Mezco, best Mafex. It's so many different ways we could tackle it. Like I think it'd be dope either way that we do it. But yeah. I think it'd be great, man. Going back, but I'm going off topic. I got so many things buzzing in my head. And then my wife kind of just threw me off. So, but that Robin, man, it just looks so cool, man. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
I am. I don't want to piss in anybody's Cheerios, and I know that everybody's really excited. When they put flash that teaser and had the R in the sky. I I was extremely disappointed that is Damien. He is my least favorite Robin. I don't like I straight up don't like the character really. I've seen some comparisons. He's a little bit bigger than I would want him to be, height wise. It looks like obviously when you get it in hand, it might be a little bit different. Oh,
Yeah.
and Obi Ultron joining the chat. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey,
Um,
what's happening, brother?
and here's my thing. Obviously, Dick Grayson is my favorite character of all time. I'm a Nightwing dude. I'm a Dick Grayson dude. Like I want a Dick Grayson Robin. I I don't I miss the time, and granted I wasn't even collecting when this happened, but I miss
Mm.
the time where Mezco used to have, yes, I did it with a lot of the Batman. It's 4 different versions. You got a PX exclusive, you got a Mezco direct exclusive. It's like why can't I have, you can use the same buck, I don't care. Why can't I get a Damien, a Dick, and a Tim? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I
Yeah.
get, do all 3 versions of that? And maybe they will still. Um, I mean, Tim Drake is the Robin that I came up reading. So that's who I selfishly want to see.
Yeah, now honestly, and I'm in that boat too, brother. Tim is definitely my favorite Robin. Um, and it's more so like growing up reading him in the comic books and everything. Like, everybody's got such like this high level of respect for Tim Drake, and I mean, even Batman is like, oh wow, I mean, he's way smarter than I am. Out of all the Robins, he wants to be the detective, and originally that's what Batman was supposed to start off as a detective. And it's like, as the years have gone on, everybody's kind of had a hand in it, making their own version of Batman. They kind of like steered away from the detective a little bit. So, and with Damien, I didn't read about Damien. The first time I ever had like any exposure to Damien was the DC animated movies. And it was, what was it, Son of Batman? Like they first introduced Damien, and he's just this like standoffish dick, obviously because he was raised by Ray Shagul, all that stuff. But it's still like, yo, this kid is an asshole. And then when I read more about him, it's like, okay, when he first met Tim, they got into a fight, and he, had the robot dinosaur in the Batcave, like actually broke Tim's leg, I think, and a couple ribs. I'm like, yo, this kid is a dick. Like, so it's kind of biased because I wanted to see Tim. Of course, I did want to see Tim as, but I would have preferred Tim as Red Robin. I think I like him as like Red Robin more than the, for like, when he was Robin with the red and the yellow. But now, and I think that suit would be badass in like Mezco style. Like he's got the hood. It's all red and black. A little the R logo on his chest is yellow. And I just love that. See, I love that to be made in Mezco style because they're doing Nightwing.
Yes,
I think they're doing a Nightwing.
I'm gonna buy 3 of them.
Nice, nice.
I gotta have that just to have extras and spares if I ever want to customize, if whenever it goes bad. Like I did the same thing with the Mayfix Nightwing. I bought 3 of them, just one to open, one to have, unopened, and a third one just in case anything bad ever happens. Like, yeah, like I gotta go hard on the Nightwing stuff.
Oh yeah, gotcha, brother. No worries. And that My Fix Nightwing is dope. I mean, just, oh my gosh. They
I mean,
understood the character with that. Like he's an acrobat. So
yeah,
we got to make this thing as posable as possible. And I don't even think I've been able to get, because I hadn't really played around with it much because me and my wife, we moved into our spot, and I'm kind of like getting my collection in like slowly. I'm kind of trickling everything in slowly. But just from me getting just posing them a little bit, it's like, oh, okay, this thing is, yeah. I would, only thing I would have did is like with his skirmish sticks, I would have had it one, the sticks are dope. I like the little spin effect that comes on the hand. That's fire. I would have liked to have a piece, or even just one separate, like where it's just a long kind of like staff.
I would have been set, and that's mostly because I played Injustice a lot, and it's like you can. He's got two fighting styles, so it's like that would have been dope. Other than that, though, man, that thing was great. I thought it was dope.
Yeah, no, I mean it's one of my favorite figures. Um, yeah, I have it's I've got a top 10 Nightwing figures video that I've been like, I don't know, I get motivated and unmotivated to do it and finish it all the time, and it's just, they're ranked out, they're sitting there, it's scripted, it's most of it shot, and I just, I'm just being lazy about putting that thing together. But part of me does want to. That might be, you talking about all these top tens that we can do. It might be a flurry, and that might be one I pop out at the end. Because yeah, I just about every 6 inch, 6 and 7 inch Nightwing, I go ahead and pick that up, even if I don't collect the series.
Hmm. I got you, brother. I'm actually for my videos. I'm just waiting for my rotating base. I gotta buy one. Like I'm like, oh, I gotta hurry up and I keep seeing everybody with theirs. I'm like, oh, I gotta get, and they're like $15 on Amazon. I just
Yeah,
been so preoccupied with other stuff. I just be like, damn, forgot to get a rotating base. Okay, I'm gonna get one this. Damn, I forgot. It's been sitting in my cart on Amazon for like the past 3 months, and it's like I just always forget to pull the trigger.
I think I've had mine for like 2 years, maybe a year and a half,
Hmm.
and the only thing I've ever like shot on it is this Nightwing video that may never get released. So, I don't really use that as often as I could or should. You know what I want, but I can't get myself to pull the trigger on is a light box.
I actually got one. I don't like it just because I think I bought a small. I tried to obviously get the cheapest one, but I think that might have been not a very good option because it's so small.
Hmm.
So my wife actually used it to she takes pictures and highlights her jewelry business. So it didn't go to waste completely. So it's like, okay, now I'm going, oh Lord, now I got to splurge and get one of these $75 ones. That's gonna be like but it is what it is because I really want one. I've seen people do amazing stuff with a light box. So it's like, yeah, if I want my hobby to grow, because eventually, and I am gonna do this, and I'm gonna get with you, brother. Eventually, I'm gonna move into stop motion. That's gonna be the
I'm
thing,
ready.
because
I'm ready for that. I'm ready
man,
for
because
it completely to do it.
we are out of our small apartment. We done got into our bigger house. Way more space. My wife's got her office, but I can't really turn the basement into nothing right now. But that's definitely what I'm looking forward to, turning my basement into a studio.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna that's gonna be the agenda. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna use that to get into stop to parlay into stop motion. Not mean I'm gonna stop do photography, because I mean I just absolutely fell in love with photography. But I think with some of these figures, man, that I'm looking at, like I got my son Wukong right here and my Dante right here. I'm like, if I can get them into a stop motion fight, I think that would be sick. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I just had more time for it. I mean, I just,
Right,
you
yeah.
know, yeah. I got some shots in for my Suicide Squad last
Okay.
night, and I'm gonna try to do some more of that. And then I was using the DC Universe Classics, um, Captain Boomerang, and
Mm.
I had a pose that I wanted to put him in, and that he just snapped. So luckily,
Oh.
luckily that was the first shot I was using him for. I had shot him in like a wide angle shot.
Mm.
But like I was okay. I could one shot is not a big deal. So I hop on and I'm like I'm gonna buy another one, right? 15 bucks, it's whatever. But then I started to think, and I was looking on Vault Customs, and they have that Captain Boomerang set with the cloth goods, and they'll paint your head sculpt. And I'm like, damn, if I put that on a what do I like on a one of those Black Skull Brigade bodies,
Mm.
I was like, maybe this is a blessing in disguise. So basically, I'm shooting this scene without him, and I'm gonna come back to his spots, and I'm waiting on that custom to come in, and hopefully I just once again I just like the Mezco stuff and Mezco style stuff. It just looks so much better on camera. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so Obi Ultron is in the chat. He says, "I was planning on making a YouTube video on why toy collectors should get into stop motion. J3, keep up the great work with your animations, man. You've been doing good, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, they're toys at the end of the day, right? Like, and it's like they're for
True.
playing with. And I know me personally, when I was a kid and I'm playing with my toys, there's a whole story in my head going on. To the point where I would
Right.
even be like, okay, I gotta stop and I gotta go to, go to bed. I got school the next day, whatever. I'm gonna come back and it's like last time on da da da, and I keep on going
Oh
with the
yeah.
story. And so now, especially being older, we have the money to get these toys, and where technology is, you can put your vision to video, and for everybody to see, the creativity, the good, the bad. Like, my biggest problem when I first started, and I'm telling you, don't fall into this trap. I probably wasted, I don't want to call it wasted, but I probably spent a good 7 or 8 months of animating stuff that never saw the light of day, because I was like, well, I want to tell my story, but man, I can't get this to look right. It's not gonna look right.
Mm.
It's the first time you ever done it. It's not gonna look right. So it's like you're gonna spend all this time scrapping stuff, and and getting back to the drawing board. And then that's when I got to the point with, you know what, I'm gonna tell the story that I want to tell. The animation's gonna be what the animation is. The effects are gonna be what the effects are, and I will grow with it. And
Mm.
so, hopefully, if people look at my stuff, they can see growth from, video one, which is, that Nightwing short, to, the most recent one, which is, my longest to date, the Flash animation. Like, hopefully there's, growth there. But
Oh
either
yeah.
way, I'm just like trying to just tell the story that I want to tell, and, you know, I'm not trying to do any blow up big or anything with it. I just do it as a hobby, and because I like doing it.
Hmm. Yep. And it's crazy, brother. I thought I was the only one as a kid that did that. Like, anybody, if y'all watch Dragon Ball Z, like the announcer would announce the story in my head because like his voice was so epic previously on Dragon Ball, like it was so epic. Like I just that would just play in my head. And like you, brother, I go to bed and go to school. Obviously, yeah, I did my work. Otherwise, it'd be a whooping if I didn't do my work. But
Right.
I left as soon as I got out of school, got home, got right back to my action figures, picking up where I left off the day before. And it's just like I just had so many different ideas. And I think, another part of that as we got old, when we got older, yeah, like you were saying, brother, we got the money to buy things like that. But for me, um, I think when I got older, a lot of other stuff started getting in the way. Life started life in, and I kind of lost sight of my imagination a little bit, in my imagination, my creative side, because I would come up with these things like, when I was a kid, like I had the Power Rangers fighting Spawn or something like that. Like I had this dope Spawn action figure my mom got for me. And she, I would watch the cartoon, obviously, well, not the cartoon, sorry, the animated series, until she caught me one day and she heard Keith David cussing, and then it was no more Spawn. So like that was Spawn was over with for a few years. But and then when I got older, it's like, oh well, now well, it ain't realistic to have the Power Rangers doing this, or Vegeta can't use the Kamehameha. Like this is just, and it's like I didn't have people in the community be like, bro, at the end of the day, they're toys. You can do whatever
You can
you can
do
tell
whatever,
whatever
do
story
whatever
you
story
want,
you want.
bro.
Yep.
Like, and that's with my pictures, man. And I definitely hope it shows in my pictures. Like, I'm trying to get my creativeness to come back. My imagination has been slowly coming back, which is why I kind of want to do stuff with this. This werewolf figure that I got. I got a Hellboy. I'm gonna have them two fight because it's like, well, he's Hellboy. He fights supernatural creatures. Like a werewolf, what's more supernatural than a werewolf? That would be, so I'm coming up with something like that. I got Dante. And I just love this freaking Dante, man. Any Devil May Cry fans, y'all know Dante is just sick. Especially all the weapons he has. He can't die. I would love Virgil, but unfortunately, there's no Virgil that has been made, so I'm doing something with that just because of Halloween's coming up. So and I got Hellboy up in the closet. I'm about to pull him out here in a second and hopefully come up with something. But yeah, brother, like you were saying, man, they're toys. So I'm definitely trying to get back to my roots because this is something that's obviously we both love it. It's definitely a passion. And anything you do with passion is always gonna be good. Is always gonna be great. Obviously, you're gonna look at it like, oh man, because I do that with my pictures too. It's like I take about probably 40 pictures before I pick one that I just think is just absolutely perfect. Like I got people telling me, or my wife will be supportive and like, oh babe, that's good. You should. It's like, nah, I just feel like it's missing something, or I could add this. I didn't that angle wasn't right, that lighting wasn't right. Like, and I've been doing it close to about a year and a half or something like that. And I'm still learning as I go. Like I see people do stuff, man. It's just unbelievable to me. And there's like, I have people telling me, bro, don't worry about all that. Do your thing, tell your story, your pictures. Don't worry about the likes. Cause hell, it was one time I was the only one liking my stuff. So yeah, when I get like 50, 60 people saying, yeah, bro, this is dope, this is amazing, all these likes and stuff, it's like, oh well, yeah, I'm gonna definitely stick with it because people are seeing it, they're liking it, they're appreciating the hustle. And at the end of the day, man, they're action figures. I love them. They remind me of childhood. Obviously, a happy place. Before we started paying bills, and like, so I take a minute to get back to it, and I'm a reminder of that kid, that grew up playing with toys, and it's great. I love it.
I hear you. So, what were your pickups this week? What'd you get in new?
Uh Oh man, you know what? I haven't picked up anything just because my wife, she wants this fridge, and I'm actually planning my mom's birthday party next week. Didn't get anything in. I did see some stuff. It's funny that I mentioned my mom's birthday because the I don't know if you saw it, McFarlane announced he's doing a gold label Lobo and Space Hog that's going to be available for pre-order on the 27th,
I saw that.
and that's my mom's birthday. So definitely gonna be putting money down on that. But I hadn't gotten anything this past week, man. This week definitely I'm going to go see Juan and get that remastered Red Ranger. Um, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's not true. I did walk into GameStop and I saw that they had the Lightning Collection Lightspeed Rescue Blue Ranger and the RPM Yellow Ranger, and I did do shots of them on my Instagram. And if anybody's out there watching, y'all check my Instagram, Ryo underscore Ryo Uchiha 009. I got those in, did a couple pictures with Lightspeed Blue and RPM Yellow. I thought they were fire. Y'all definitely check them out. Let me know what you think. But yeah, those were the only two pickups, man. I had nothing too crazy. I'm actually waiting on a couple pre-orders to come out. They're about to drop. Let me see. I can tell you in just a second, brother. I know I got that Robin. I got that Mezco Robin, and I've got another. Let me see from Big Bad Toy Store. I got whenever it comes out the Fury Planet. Kensai the Nameless One.
Hmm.
It keeps saying October 2023. And he's like, pull him up on my other phone. He's like a rabbit Ronin style type character, just to match with that Fury Toys Blade Master Wang that I got. Um, but yeah, other than that, man, that's it. So I kind of like took off. I had to think, like I got so much going on, but I did get some pickups this week. So
Yeah, I had some pre-orders hit me. I went ahead and jumped on that McFarlane 66 line, so I got that re-release of that Batman, that Robin, and then that new Superman from them. I that Hawkman, that Alan Scott
nice.
Green Lantern, and then I ended up coming across the platinum of the collector's edition first appearance Superman, and the platinum of the collector's edition Hawkman in those classic colors. So I got,
Nice.
I call that like a slower death. It's not the $100, 150 you spend on a Mezco, Mayfix or whatever, but those little cuts from all those McFarlanes or Marvel Legends, they add up too. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I
And
mean,
speaking
yeah,
of McFarlane, did you see on Wonder Woman Day he announced that they're finally, and it's so many people in the community, they've been finally waiting on Wonder Woman, and it looks good. It looks good,
it looks great. Why did this take so long? Why did
dude.
it?
And you know what? It's as big of a Batman fan, and you guys have seen the tattoo. As big of a Batman fan as I am, I even start. This is when I was like, okay. And my wife was looking at me. Dang, babe, did you just say that? Like, I was getting sick of all the Batman when there's so many characters that need some spotlight. They need some spotlight. I had been waiting on Static. When that Static dropped, I was like, "Oh my god, we finally getting Static!" And I was like, "No, I didn't want this Static." And then we got another Batman. It's so crazy, man. We got the Batman of Zor-El. We
I
got
have no
that
idea how to say
Batman.
that. Yep.
Thomas Wayne Flashpoint. Cave Batman. We got a freaking Cave Batman. So it's like, oh my god. And Wonder Woman. And the one from the movie. I got the one from the movie just because, like, that was movie inspired. I got that one just because I needed Wonder Woman. And it was just a god awful. I didn't get the one with the gold armor, thank God, because that was the one that was. But the other one was like a close second as far as like I should have never got this, but it was on sale. It was $12. But oh my god, bro. And oh but we get a new Wonder Woman. So it looks great. Her accessories, I like her accessories that she's coming with. It looks great.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and complain. I mean, I'm gonna complain a little bit because once again, I just
Yeah.
don't understand why,
As you should.
why it took so long. I just, with the DC multiverse line, I mean, I'm still a little butthurt that it's 7 inch. I still don't like that. I wish it was 6, so it would go with. Not that it's his job to make a line that's gonna go with with my other stuff, but I just, I like
Mhm.
doing Mezco stuff, as my base, and then adding, other lines to make it work. And I just can't do that unless it's an out of size character like, your Dark Side, or your Steppenwolf guys who
Right.
can be, much bigger, much smaller, whatever. Like I'm gonna pick up that Brainiac. I'm excited about that. But
Yeah,
like
that
his
looks
his
nasty.
scaling within his own line is just so bad. Like is Wonder Woman gonna be 2 feet taller than Superman? I don't know. Maybe. It's just I don't I don't understand. And I get that they're like different. I get that sometimes they're from different story arcs, but like I don't know. I just feel like, there should be like that Hush Batman. Like everybody loves the Hush Batman. Like, yes, I have it, but to me, it's useless because it towers over everything.
Yeah.
It can be as great a sculpt and as great a paint and as great at everything as it wants to be. It's useless because it doesn't scale with anything.
And that's what as a collector as I want, because obviously I do my photography, and it's it is easier to you can play with the sizes. It is easier. It's just for me, it's just unnecessary. Like, I don't even bother to buy stuff out of scale, like you were saying, brother, unless it's something like I've got the Beast Kingdom Dark Side, and that thing is freaking huge, as Side should be. Um now, could I could probably settle for like a 7 inch, but I mean, I just love that thing. And I only took one picture with it. I got a couple ideas as soon as I bring my stuff into the house. But um yeah, man, that scaling is just so bad. And it's like you were saying, he doesn't scale with his stuff. I mean, he only scales with his stuff. He's not trying to scale with Mafex and Mezco and everything else. But it's like, bruh, come on. That's really the reason why I kind of just shoo away from not getting the DC multiverse stuff for real. Now, but I do got my eye on that Lobo. That Lobo looks, and that Space Hog looks sick. I just, oh my god.
I'll pick it up. Why not? I mean, I'll say
Yeah.
this for McFarlane. It for what you're paying for stuff, you get your value. I got that Batwing. I got the both versions of the Batmobile.
Mm.
I'll get the vehicles. I'll get the motorcycles he does when they go to clearance. Um, I'll tell you another project that's just sitting on the camera waiting to be produced and put together is a comparison between the Beast Kingdom Dark Side and that one from Injustice.
The Storm Collectible.
Storm collectibles, yeah, like those, because I had been using to this point the Injustice Dark Side as my stop motion universe's Dark Side, and he's only
Mm.
made like a post credit appearance, so it's not like it's been a lot. But I got that Beast Kingdom, and so now I need to really. It's not time for me to bring Darkseid back out yet for stop motion, but when I do, I'm gonna have to really put those up against each other and see which direction I want to go. It's kind of fun. It's kind of almost like when you pick your figures that you're gonna do for the project. It's almost like a casting call. Like you're trying to figure out like
Yeah,
what's the right look, what's the
exactly.
big right feel, what's gonna be on camera the best, what am I gonna have this character do, and how much articulation do I need to do that? Like it's yeah, you got to really think about it.
Yep. You got to figure out what, because it starts with the idea. This is what I want to do. Who's going to be the hero? Who's going to be the villain? Is there going to be a team? Is there going to be a mob? Like that, really, all that stuff, man, goes through my mind. Like I was saying earlier, it's a passion. This is definitely a passion project. Like I love it so much that you can, like, when I go to movies, it's like, oh man, I would have did this so different. I would have did this so different. Like obviously I don't have the actors right in front of me. I don't, well, the first thing, I don't have the budget to I cannot cast a Ben Affleck or a Robert Downey Jr., but I can get their lookalikes, and their lookalikes are, fortunately for us, they're toys and they're cheaper. So
Right.
So and it just goes back to that passion, man. I love it. Like I love it so much. Like I said, I'm about to pull out this werewolf. I'm about to do something with him and Hellboy. And I was thinking about Hellboy and Dante teaming up. Like this Hellboy I got, man, from the 2019 movie. I thought it was whatever. But the figure is dope. I got Hellboy. I want him to team up with Dante. I want him teaming up with Batman. Like I just got a bunch of stuff going on, man. And I'm about to have some downtime here soon because my vacation from work is coming up. Thank God. But yeah, I'm just about to have a lot of downtime, man. And once I get the stuff obviously from the house and do what my wife wants me to do and I do what my dog wants me to do, then I can do what I want to do. So
and that's
so
and that's the way life goes. So,
yes.
all right, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Put it in the can. So I think we got through this without the audio issues. Thank you for anybody who joined us in the chat. Thank you for those of you who are going to watch it later. Leave comments, like, subscribe, catch us on the next one. And once again, we want this to be somewhere we're interacting with people. So bring questions in, whether it be through the chat or through the comment section. We'll bring it into the live. And we'll
Yes.
go from there. And let us know what the things you guys like and don't like. We don't want to do stuff you don't like. We want to do things you like. So,
Right.
all right. See y'all later.